Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're checking out the CTM CE320 triple driver IEMs. But before we jump into the details on these guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is JDubb, and I'm here to help you guys make a better tech buying decision. Now, if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my latest reviews. Now, with that said, let's check them out. Now, like we always do, before we get into all the specs and I talk about the sound quality, let's talk about the design of these earbuds, because these are some pretty slick looking IEMs. Now, when you first take them out of the box, you're going to find that they come with a case. Nice little clean looking zipper pouch with a nice little inside pouch to keep all of your connectors, your gel ear tips, and they even come with a full set of foam tips as well in the packaging, which is really nice for a customized fit. So overall, out of the box, you do get a nice little accessory bundle to kick it off. Now, the earbuds themselves are also a very well-designed piece of equipment. Right off the bat, you've got a nice translucent outer casing here, so you can actually see all of the internals and kind of what's going on inside there. And what you'll notice very quickly is for a triple driver IEM, there's surprisingly not much going on inside here. They've really condensed the technology and put them into a very nice modular setup. Now, outside of that, it looks really neat. You got your CTM brand, your CTM branding on the outside. This is kind of a dark, kind of a smoky gray translucent color. You'll see that there is a transparent dual pin connector here. I have the gel tip installed. They do also come with foam tips. They were a little on the hard side for me, so I didn't really prefer them. I actually went back to the gel tips themselves, but overall it is nice that they do include the gel tips and the foam tips to help get you that really nice, comfortable seal. You do have the over-ear hook that is very common with IEMs, and you have this braided black cable. Now, the cable itself is one of the features that I actually liked a lot with these earbuds, because it's a very thick braid. Let me see if I can give you guys a good view here. It's a very thick braid on this. It's a rubberized braid, but it feels well built and durable. It's got an rubber outer coating on the outside here that makes it smooth so it doesn't get hung up on stuff, but at the same time, it just feels well built, and it almost looks like a little miniature chain if you look at it up close. You do have the kind of the spacing adjuster here, so you can kind of adjust the spacing between your earbuds. You have a standard 3.5mm headphone jack, which is what you'd come to expect. And then you do have a Velcro cable management strap built onto it that is removable if you so choose. I like to keep them on there, rolling them up, throwing them back in the case, kind of keeping them bundled up or in your pocket. This little guy makes it just a little bit easier. Does tend to stick to stuff, but at the end of the day, it's a very nice addition overall there as well. So when it comes down to everything, you do kind of get a premium setup right out of the box. Everything you need here to get you going is good to go. And overall, the design, very impressed, well-made piece of equipment. So definitely a thumbs up for me on the design side of things. But now let's jump in and talk a little bit more about the specs and ultimately how they sound. Now, when it comes to IEMs, I use a lot of different pairs of IEMs. I absolutely love them. I don't review a lot of them, but I do absolutely love them. So when CTM reached out and said, hey, did you want to check these out? I was like, yes, let's take a look. These are a nice kind of a premium set of IEMs, and so I was super excited. Now, one of the very big important things about IEMs is, of course, the fit, right? Anytime you're putting something in ear or over your ears, you want them to fit really well so that they get that seal and make sure that the sound inside stays in and the sound outside stays out. And I'm happy to report that the CTM 320s do a very good job of getting a good seal. Now, like I said, I played with the foam tips and I played with the gel tips, and the gel tips just kind of felt best to me overall, so I stuck with them. Now, I'm going with the large gel tip because I do have some pretty large ear holes, and the seal is really, really nice. The other thing that's great about them is that the way that they're designed and shaped is very ergonomic. Now, that's one of the things that you'll find that they mention quite a bit is the ergonomic design, and these are some of the more comfortable ones I've tried out of all the different pairs that I own. I really enjoyed wearing these. No ear fatigue, even after long listening periods. So at the end of the day, the design, once again, mixed with that seal and the comfort and the fit, is really, really well done. But now let's quickly talk about some specs and how they sound. So right out the gate, these guys are triple driver, balanced armature driver IEMs. So what that means is you should, out of the box, expect a warmer sound across the board, but because they're balanced armature, you would expect a warmer sound, but they are triple driver, which means that they have a driver specifically tuned for the lows, mids, and the highs. So you're going to have a little tiny driver in there that's designed to speak to each segment of the audio spectrum. So at the end of the day, they did a very good job tuning these. Now, I have tested a lot of earbuds, right? And I own and I use regularly a ton of different IEMs. And these sound really, really, really good. Now, when I say that, I want to first preface it by saying these aren't the bassiest earbuds or IEMs that I've tested, okay? Now, on the packaging, they mention extra bass. Now, don't get me wrong, the bass is present. They do a very good job. They do a tasteful job with the bass. It's not over the top, it's not that deep thrumming bass. So if you're a total bass head, these may not be the ones you're looking for. And so I don't want to say that they don't have bass, but the extra bass is a little bit of an iffy statement in my opinion. I don't feel that these are the bassiest pair of IEMs that I've ever tested or that I specifically own. However, they've done a great job speaking to the bass notes, and we'll get to that here in just a second. At the end of the day though, my full experience with them, after listening to my entire test playlist, I've used them for gaming, I've gone well above and beyond and tried all different genres of music, and they have performed very, very well across the board, all genres of music. They do particularly well in the mids and the highs, in my opinion. Especially for balanced armature drivers, I was kind of expecting that to be a little bit softer, not quite as sharp as they are. And again, that goes back to that triple driver design. So at the end of the day, I've been very, very happy. So if you're looking for a high quality pair of IEMs that are well tunable, and I will say if you're into equalizers and you're into kind of manipulating your sound and stuff like that, you can do some very good tuning with these guys. They're very good at responding to alterations to the sound signature, but right out of the box, they sound fantastic. Now, with that said, one thing I will mention is, again, out of the box, they sound great. My phone, because these are 20 ohms, my phone was able to run them perfectly fine. I didn't need any amplification. My phone was able to get to the volume levels that I was looking for, and they sounded great. So if you're not somebody who wants to tune them, you don't want to get amps, you don't want to do all that fancy stuff, these guys are going to perform really, really well right out of the box, no problem at all. Your phone's going to be fine, your computer's going to be fine. It's just you're going to be able to be off to the races in no time. However, I will say, and I will tell you that if you want to take it to the next level, if you want to get a little bit more power into them, you want to get a little bit more response out of them, you want to be able to kind of get that volume up to that point where it's just almost too loud, but you really are getting the full impact of your music, buying a small portable amp, or a desk mounted amp, or any amp really, is going to be key. Now, I use two different amps, both by FiiO. I have a little portable one, and I have one that I use on my desk for my computer, and I plug it into my computer. I use it as basically as my sound driver on my computer for gaming and for music and all that stuff. I'll put links to them both in the description below for you guys to check those out. But if you really want to take these guys and you want to hear them really get set off, and you want that sound quality to just really amp up, getting a small amplifier, just getting that extra juice in there is really going to do that for you. So take a look down in the description below. I put links to both of the ones that I use and prefer down there for you guys to check out. So at the end of the day, guys, the CTM CE320s are a seriously high quality pair of IEMs. I've had an absolute joy using these on a regular basis. Again, using them for music on my phone, my PC, listening to, playing video games. FPS have been really good. One of the things that I really enjoyed about these is being able to pick up direction with these was really, really well done. So playing Battlefield 5, Call of Duty has been awesome on these guys. So if you're into gaming, you want to find a pair of IEMs that's going to kind of cover you for gaming and for music, these are a great option for you for sure. So guys, as usual, I put links to these guys in the description below, both to their actual site and to where you can find them on Amazon. But as usual, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up down in the comment section below. I try to reply to as many comments as I possibly can. And as usual, again, that's it for me, and I will see you guys in the next review.